Hello, everybody. We are the Mad Scientists, and this is Freaky Friday because we're doing something a bit different to start with, or I am. We'll have to have a look and see what Violet Tiger has going on. Woohoo!
Get my name? Oh, holy cow.
No, it's right there. And I'm Mad Frankie, and we're the Mad Scientists. There we go.
Yes, it is. It's a
Sneaky Friday.
sneaky Friday.
Yeah.
Hi, Mariah. It's so nice to
Hello,
see you.
hello. So I've got some various things laid out here. Have you got anything interesting to look at? You do. Let's see what you're doing.
Mariah,
Us what...
we're both hectic today. I have not posted anywhere yet, so I'm getting it out now.
Oh, you tell us all about what you've got there, because that is looking interesting. You're now full screen.
Hold on, let me impromptu.
Okay.
I just got to put the links in there.
Okay.
What I'm doing on screen. This is my Polymer clay book, remember?
Lisa.
And to the spine. So this is the inside. Who cares about the inside? So this is the outside.
That's looking lovely. Yes.
There you go. And you haven't seen yet the pages, the signatures I'm going to put in there. I worked on yesterday. There'll be 4 signatures of I think 4 or 5. I may make it 5 or 6 pages each. Hi, Lisa. So here's the journal. Let's see which way. This is the front. Here's the journal. Here are the pages.
Ooh.
So these are the signatures. It's black paper with that I marked myself with. What's this? This is bronze, maybe? I don't know. It's from the dollar store. But I like the way it showed up on the paper.
Yeah.
So I have black craft paper, construction paper, and I drew the lines on it for the signatures, and it will go inside 4. And then I'm going to bind it this way. So I'm just now.
You're doing the head and hinge method on that?
No, I decided to stick with my original plan and poke the holes in. I've got an awl, so I will poke the holes. The holes are already done in the spine. I just have to get them through the clay now. So I will poke the holes through, and then I will start.
Do you have any of those slightly foam mouse mats?
I do. I have one. Yes, I do.
I think that might be a good thing to put underneath. So you've got a bit of give in it, but not too much.
Yeah, I usually have an old book or a magazine underneath. So yes, you're right. It gives me more. Yeah.
An old book magazine would probably be better, actually.
Yeah. I was out and about in the shops today, and I looked for the heavy duty gloss or matte medium, and they had gloss, which I already have. They did not have the matte. I tried. Hold on a minute.
A yoga mat. Why?
I'm sorry. I had to go get this. The even though the threads for the binding will be showing, my intention is to put this on there with heavy body matte medium.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. Well, I only have gloss, so I did a practice strip. This is polymer clay. This is a piece of that metal, and then I used gloss, and you can see the gloss.
Good. It's looking good, yeah.
Well, it works, but I don't like that gloss.
Oh, okay, okay.
So I want the matte.
Well, you know what you could do? You could get some of that. You've got some of that clear texture gesso, haven't you, Montmartre?
No, I don't have any clear.
But you have any kind of clear texture gesso.
I looked. I went through everything I have, and I have nothing that's. Well, I'm going to look again because I thought I did, but I have nothing that's clear. So, yep, I'll be ordering some. You know what? I need it anyway, so I'll just order it, and this will sit and wait.
Good, good.
Because I intend to then embellish all of this with more metals, rusty metal bits and stuff.
Lovely. I look forward to seeing how that turns out. That's going to be good.
I think so. I'm pretty pleased with it. So
Lovely.
Okay.
Should
You
we
can now.
go back to 2. There we are, back to 2. So I'm back.
Okay, so you need to start from the beginning. What is it you're doing?
Yes, I will.
What are you looking at? Just jump
in. I was just about to.
Okay.
Here we go. Do you want me to take you off screen?
Yes, please. Off. I'm done.
Oh, right. So this is something you can't see very well, but I have here a head torch, which may make it a little easier for you to see. Let's see if I can see what I'm showing you. There we are. This is these recent, well, not that recent, molds that I got. They're Zuri molds, and they're rather excellent, I think. Got a hair on that one. And they're Jack, Queen, King, and Joker. And they have skulls for faces, and I think they're absolutely wonderful. They're my sort of thing entirely. But this is the Joker. Isn't he wonderful? Leaping Joker. I think that's magnificent. They come I've done them with clear resin. You can see right through, because I haven't put any colour on the back, which I'm going to have to, because when I turn this light on, come on, light up a bit better than that. You might just be able to see that there's light peeking through in some of them. You can see little specks. I've gone over it twice. That's funny. There's something wrong with my light. It's normally brighter than that. Well, anyway.
They can see it. They can see it.
Let me shine this underneath one of them. There we go. Now you can see that there's a whole lot of light. You see, there's all a load of stuff showing through. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to colour the back with black, so that will stop that. And then I can carry on. I mean, I'm just going to carry on anyway. I'll do the black on the back later. What I'm going to do, let's get it off this thing. You can see it's all dim. Why is it dim? It's supposed to be brighter than that.
I think you ought to hit it a little harder.
Wow. Do you think maybe my batteries are going? Look, the light's flickering. I think maybe my batteries are going. They have been working quite hard lately, but I don't need them at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to colour these, and then we'll start to see the design a bit better. So I'm not going to start with a Joker, because I like the Joker really quite a lot. So I'm going to start with something else and see how it goes. So I've also got these little things which I overfill the mold with. They're the suit markers, you know, like what do we call that? That blackberries, clubs, diamonds, heart, and spades. But I overfilled the mold so they're round instead of being, you know, where they ought to be. Like that. You probably can't see it at all, but
not very
that's
well. Not really.
Well, anyway, so we'll start with this, and I'll get a little paintbrush out. I want a little one like that.
I tell you, anything black, it's like when I crochet with black, all I do is get annoyed. It's so hard to see without a very direct light on it.
And I've got various colours here, and I've put some in here as well. I've got dark patina. I might try a bit of that. I do like that one. It's quite a dark, well, patina colour, sort of greenish. Now what I need is one of these little things to put the colour on, like that. Oh, shake it up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shake it up.
Shake, 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 shake.
Let's see if that's done any good. Not a lot. No. Well, there's some colour. Right, I'll pick that back up and put it back in. Always seems to be a good bit of the gel at the top. And it just comes out no matter how well you shake it. Or how well you think you've shaken it. I think what I'll do with this, put it upside down and see if that helps at all. So we've got this dark patina. Let's have a little look at what we may get. Might not get very much. Can you see anything?
A little bit, yeah. Yeah. Keep going. Mariah suggests if you zoom out, you might give the camera a little more light for exposure. So it's a hit or miss. Will it work? You're too close and blocking. Oh, there you go.
Any better?
I can see. Yeah. Keep painting.
Okay.
Thank you, Mariah.
I'm not happy about that.
You're not?
No. Might go over that again with the black. The black I'm using has been suddenly vanished. Hello, black, where are you? Come back. I'll forgive you. It's black gesso, but where the heck has it gone? It's like tar, that stuff. I've been using it for the last couple of days. Oh, maybe, it was holding up the pieces to let them get blown on by the fan, and it did work. It dried it really quite quickly, but I'm not happy with that. So I'll put more black on it. What I want is more of a dry brush effect.
Don't you hate it when you eat paint? Ugh.
Well, yeah, I don't do it very often.
It was.
Why are you eating paint?
Well, I didn't know it was stuck on my finger. I thought it was jelly, and
oh,
so there you go.
Black jelly, yes, very good. Was it red?
Yes, it was. And I love raspberry jelly, so there you go. I'm like a 4-year-old. I'll stick it in my mouth.
This is the queen. So I'm going to go with tin, I think, something like that. Silver or tin, one of those. Black pearl, that's too dark. I've got all these colours out. There's silver, argent again. Most of them seem to be silver or tin. There we go. There's a tin. Let's see if we can get some of that on. Right, I'm only going to get a very little bit.
Thank you all for the thumbsies up, please.
Oh, yes, thank you. Never know, somebody else may be going, what shall I do today?
Let's make a mess.
Yeah, a freaky Friday.
Well, obviously I can't put this all poker through the polymer clay because it will break it. So I'm going to have to pull out my Dremel and my really fine drill bit.
Yes, I think so. I would have gone for that to start with myself.
Yeah, well.
But I thought you'd already tried it with the awl and found that it was working. So.
Nope.
That I'm liking that better, quite a bit better. Don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
Highlighting the skull nicely. That's silver. That's tin. tin. That I'm liking. It's giving me some nice highlight. You can see the pattern a lot better now, can't you?
Yeah, and I like the black, but you just like hitting the tip mostly.
Yeah, I'm going to put this one back in front of the fan to dry, because that's what I did with it before. And that means putting the fan on. I put it on low so it won't be very noisy. Like that, only on one. But it does make a difference to the drying of it, because it dried really quite fast before.
So Anne Blaver says, in Great Britain, jelly usually means jello. Before I knew that, I was a bit confused when a British neighbor asked me if my 10-month-old baby would like some jelly.
Yeah. So what is jelly to you then?
It's jam, preserves, like preserves. Does that ring a bell?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Jelly for us is like preserves. Yeah, that's what Mariah said.
In France, preserves are well, they call them preserves as well, I think, but they also call them something else. Now, what was it?
Well, I'm not in
Conserve.
Yes.
Conserve. Yes. That's cool.
Well, here in America, in our group, when you say jelly, we think you're talking about the plate.
Yes, yes. It's a different spelling.
Yeah,
different spelling.
Yeah. Mariah would like to know, so you poured these or are they clay?
No, they're resin. They are. I did do a bit about the resin, did I? Or was I just talking to you?
That's why I was trying. That's what I said at the beginning. You got to tell us what you did. No, you were only talking to me when you said all that.
Hello, where's my resin box gone? I had it a moment ago. I will.
Pictures that she's painting, that we see her painting, are made of resin. And is it black resin or did you already paint it black?
Resin. It's completely clear resin. But I can't find the packet. Typical.
Yeah, it's clear resin, and she made them the other day, and had to let them set.
I'll show you the thing I made them in. That would be something, wouldn't it?
Yes. And then she covered them with black gesso. Am I correct?
Yep, black gesso. That's correct.
And now she's painting them.
Resin is called craft resin. I got it from Amazon. It's the top one on, when you look for resin in Amazon UK. This is another one I've got, which I have not yet done. Because my husband's getting me a degasser. Because the problem with this was I had so many bubbles in these. Oh, here it is. It's right next to me, honestly. Craft resin's right next to me. There you go.
Yep. Hi, Karen.
So that's the one. It's 1-to-1, so it's really easy.
Well, all I could say is Mariah said it was over there.
Yeah, did she? Cheeky man. So this.
There you go. Yeah, there's no good picture because I already asked her that. There's no good paper copy picture. You have to just look at the molds. And
there is. You can go to Zuri Molds and look for what's this one called? It's called Faces of Darkness.
That's what I did.
And there's some
really nice.
Really nice.
Yeah.
The Joker is upside down on there. That's better.
I would see. I love making journals, so I would take one of those and for a journal cover.
And this is for a mariner's jewel.
But I'm not a resin fan of working with resin.
Well, I've used these sort of molds for some years now. And I started by using resin and found it really quite difficult and frustrating because they didn't have a flat space. Well, I've got flat space here. I know, because I borrowed my husband's spirit level and check. And there is that desk. My father's desk is really nice and flat. So I'm going to do some over there. I did this one just here on the table beside me, what was nearly flat. These ones, I mean, not this one. Haven't done this one yet. And it came up and it had bubbles everywhere. I could not see them when I'd poured the resin into the mold. I found a couple, I thought, and I got rid of them by poking them. But it turned out that there were billions of bubbles in it. Absolutely loads. I mean, you can probably just about see that the queue of Queen is not all there. That was a bubble. There's a bubble there. There's bubbles everywhere.
Yeah.
But luckily, because I don't mind things to be a bit on the distressed side, it's not going to bother me so much.
So Martha would like to know, are they ATC size? What size? I think they're close.
Let me tell you. Let me get my ruler out and try it out.
ATC is usually, I think, 2.5 by 3 1/4.
It's come back. Let me get that one out of the way before I get it mucky. It is 3 by 4 and about 4 1/4. A little bit less than that. It's bigger than ATC size, yeah. Only very slightly, but yeah, sorry about that.
But wouldn't
I just
pocket journal size?
Sorry?
Wouldn't it be a nice little pocket journal size cover?
It would, yeah. Magnificent for that.
Right. I mean, I love the detail on that when I saw it.
Well, the detail is absolutely wonderful. It's intimidating. It's so precise. It's really fabulous. I mean, all the little scroll work on here, it's just amazing.
There you go. It really is. Yeah, ATC is more the size of a standard playing card. I would use, because I'm not a fan of resin and goopy, gucky, and probably no level spot here, I would use the polymer clay.
Yeah, I've used polymer clay for years in these sort of molds. Polymer clay, modeling paste,
air dry clay.
Air dry clay, yeah, and they're fine. You get good results, but you don't get very precise results, and you can get missing bits a lot. And I was just getting frustrated with that, so I thought this was such a nice design that I wanted a bit more precision, and resin will give you that.
Well, now here,
when you can get rid of the bubbles.
Now that I've been exposed to cream paste and how it's used, that would work.
Yeah, cream paste would probably be quite good as well. I will certainly try that in these molds. I'll certainly try other things, but I wanted to see what I could get with resin, you see, because everybody goes on about how resin is so wonderful, and you think, yeah, all right. So I'm going to try a little bit of this sage, not sage, what is it? Let me put the lid on that one.
Hi, Susan. Welcome, welcome. Look, everybody coming in. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. It's this one. It's dark patina. That's what it is. Yeah. Well, so it's not that dark.
So my next question would be, I have to write this down. Weight-wise, what do you think of weight? Is it heavy? The resin?
Not particularly, no.
No?
I would say something like light and fluffy would be a lot lighter, and the cream paste would definitely be a great deal lighter. But this is pretty good. I mean, it's not as heavy as polymer clay would be, or plaster, or modeling paste, I think. But it's pretty good. Certainly not heavy. Certainly not heavy. I might go over this and go on some areas with bronze or brass just to pick out some details, you know, with a really fine brush. I might do that. I think I might do that with some copper as well. I've got here, what I've got here? Frosty gold. I've got brass, which does not, to me, look in the least like brass. It's red. I've got antique gold, which is quite a light colour, but that might be good.
Ann Laver says,
yeah.
She says, my daughter does a lot of resin work. She has switched to the UV resin, finds it faster and fewer bubbles.
Really? Well, that's why my husband's got me the degassing unit, which is coming tomorrow. Because a mate at work does a lot of work with resin for the hospital, and he said get a degassing unit. And they're not that expensive, so I'm going to try a bit of this one. This is Aquamarine, so I'm going to try a bit of that. In fact, I'm going to put it on the plate with that. Bother. I didn't do what I should, did I?
Nope.
No, I didn't, and it's full of gel.
What is this? The Zuni?
Zuri. Z-U-R-I.
Sorry.
Let's see what we've got in here. A little bit. Oh, well, that's definitely got a bit. That came out all over everything. Let's have a bit of that. Come on, give me a bit of that. Yeah. Right, I'm going to try a bit of that. It's a nice bright colour. And I'm going to stick it upside down like I did the other one because I reckon I might get more of the actual colour down the end there. Yeah, I'm going to use this as well. Take a lot off. It's quite a bright colour, but that silver has gone over a lot. Just going to do like I did before with the card. If you remember, you might not remember, or you may not have seen it. I used the Foundry embossing folder, texture fades, and I put tin on that first, and then I went over with it with this some blue, some aqua, I think it was sea breeze maybe, and copper. So I might do a little bit of that as well. So that's the kind of thing. That one will have to rest for a bit. And this is the king. The cake turned out a bit better, I think.
Okay, I'm talking and nobody heard me because I was muted.
Oh, well, there you go. So what were you saying? What do we miss?
Well, I posted the link to Zuri, to the molds, and I posted the link to specifically the ones you're working on. So anybody can see them and then shop around from there. They have some lovely, really lovely molds.
They do. And isn't the detail amazing when you see it on their site?
Yeah.
It's just fabulous. It's so crisp. It really is. That's why I wanted to use resin with them, because they're just so detailed. I didn't want to lose the clarity by using an inferior product, or possibly an inferior product. It might just be my technique. You never know. I mean, we're mad here. We're not experts.
Yeah. There's just some really lovely molds here. I love the Beauty and the Beast moth and spider. Not that I want to.
Yeah. Yes, I like those. There's wasn't there a moth or a butterfly and a beetle? I think
so. Wings of Beauty.
Yeah, right. Possibly.
How they can get that detail, I suspect that with that much detail,
Must be a laser cut.
product would be resin or a liquid clay.
Yeah, could be a liquid clay. Hadn't thought of that because they can go in the oven, these.
Yes, and I do have some liquid Sculpey, so. Oh, they've got one here, Treasures of the Seas.
Oh, yes. What's on that one?
A nautilus and shells and a crab and a starfish. Really nice.
So that started to pick that one out a bit more.
I gotta quit looking.
I'm going to use a bit of copper on this one if I can find the copper. Oh, ho, 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 copper. Rose gold. No, rose gold. Oh, well, let's try rose gold. Surely.
Well,
no.
So show me what you do with it.
Well, what I do with it is I don't flipping mix it up and I still get the stupid gel coming out. It's me that's stupid, not the paint.
Vortex.
I'm sorry. Forgetful.
That would be nice.
I could use mixes, like I could use that. What was that called? I called it something. It doesn't even have a label on anymore.
Uh-oh. And I used the liquid Sculpey, but I used it for an adhesive to glue, to basically adhere two baked pieces together. Well, rather one piece baked was they were both partially baked, and to adhere them together.
Yes, I've used liquid Sculpey in that way for quite a few things, like when I made a turtle and dropped it and broke her flipper off.
Right. And it worked really nice. For the journal that I'm making, I had to glue the polymer clay covers and spine and back to a piece of cardstock for the spine. And I used wood glue. I used what was recommended. Superior strength Type Bond 3 wood glue was recommended. So, and it's holding it up nicely, but that's because it's polymer clay to paper.
Yes.
So, yeah, and so it's fine. The Sculpey liquid would not have worked, or it may have. Just I wouldn't have felt.
Well, you have to bake it to get it to do anything.
The what?
You'd have to bake the liquid Sculpey.
Yes, and that was another step I didn't want to have to do with.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks really nice.
Bringing some detail up, isn't it?
I don't know if you're seeing it the way you want to, but I'm liking it.
Still think I want to go over some pieces with some. What was I thinking? With some what? What was I thinking?
I don't know.
My thought appeared.
Patina?
No, that wasn't what I was thinking.
Regular gold?
I was thinking, no. I don't know. Pass. It's gone. Completely disappeared.
Are you actually using your little gel plates for a palette?
I am, yes. That's what I'm doing, yes.
My
goodness. Alice.
Well, the silicone took the gesso nicely, right?
The silicone? What silicone?
Well, the silicone, the resin.
The resin, oh yeah, the resin did, yes.
That's good. I have a few small pieces of like Victorian corner, Baroque kind of look. Silicone molds. You've seen them. I've done them with polymer clay. And now I'm thinking, because they're small, I only have a small bottle of liquid Sculpey. Because they are small, I may make a set with the liquid Sculpey just to see how it comes out.
Yeah, I might actually go over the skulls with, I have somewhere, I made up a I'll probably have to make some more because I think it's too old now. But I made up some colour for skulls, and it was sort of a lot of white, and it was some very a little touch of pink in it, a very small touch of pink, and a bit of sand colour, which is sort of a bit like Naples yellow, but not as yellow. You know, that's too strong. But a little of that in it to make a sort of skull colour. That was a long time ago, so I probably do the same thing again and make some more to do that. Let's have a look at the Joker. I'm going to have a look at the Joker without using any of the tin. He's upside down. I've got a darker one somewhere. I wonder where it is. A more coppery copper. There we go, there's a copper. It's quite bright, this one, though.
Did you have a plan for where you're going to use these?
Nope. There'll probably be the front for some, either be the front for some journal. So I'll probably end up with 4 journals, or one on the front, one on the back. Or I will make some sort of montage with them. A sort of 3D montage. And put other things in there with them.
Right,
Yeah, because you don't just make journals or just collage heads. You can do other things. And I do like doing other things. You let me know when we get to the first hour.
Okay.
I'm going to do some gel printing after that.
Okay.
Oh no, this is more it. This is it. That was a little bit too pale for me.
So what have you switched to?
I've switched to the Decoart Extreme Sheen Copper.
Okay.
It came in one of those packs of designer.
Yeah.
Yes.
You like it better than the rose gold?
I do, yes. The rose gold is so pale, it's almost like the tin. See, what you've got to think about is this piece you're doing, made from this resin, is it meant to be copper metal with patina on it? Is it meant to look more like a carving on a wall, like an Egyptian carving or painting? Is it meant to be something else? I mean, do you want the skulls to look skull-like, or do you want them to look as if they're skulls made out of metal? It all depends on what you want your effect to be, doesn't it? Let me put the lid on that one. I know I'm going to knock it all over. Look at this over anyway.
Here, you're painting.
Sorry?
Could you use wax? And I know. Keep in mind that once you put the wax on, it's done.
Yes, well, that's something I would instinctively go for because it's one of the first things I learned to do when doing mixed media. I am brushing off some before I go on.
Yeah.
Because I don't want so big a amount on there. I want the black to show through. The black is giving me the background patina, the dirt in the crevices and all that. So the minute you put paint on it, suddenly everything leaps to life and you can just get stuck into revealing everything and forget that you're actually supposed to be using different colours here and there because you want the patina look or you want the distressed look. Well, maybe you don't. Maybe you just want to colour it all in gold and have done with it. You certainly could do that. Because this is 3D, I'm lifting it up so I can get at the other edges, the edges you don't see when you've got it on a flat surface in front of you.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Dad.
Do the edges. Did you say Deb?
Yeah, Deb C.
Hi, Deb. Hello. Glad you could pop in.
We have 11 watching now.
It's funny, isn't it? I mean, if I do something like this, then I get fired up with the next thing I'm going to do. But if I don't do it and I save it until Monday, I got the feeling that I was going to lose interest because I was just so eager to do it now.
Yeah.
So I thought, good idea to go on and do it now.
Well, and Russ reminded me, I told him that we were doing an impromptu live today. So if he walks in the door, he'll be aware of it. And he said, well, that's because Fran didn't get her fill over the weekend.
Yep.
Because you had company. So you were backed up, is what he said.
Yep. Well, it's also, I was talking to my arty daughter, particularly arty daughter. They're both quite arty.
Mm-hmm.
And that gave me more ideas and got my brain fired up a bit.
We're having, our kids are coming, not next week, but the week after. They're coming for 4 or 5 days, I think. They'll be here like on a Tuesday, and we'll take them back on a Friday. So they're coming in from California.
Oh, lovely. There's a crown there, that looks like. So I might do something with that. I'm going to catch these edges here.
It does look like it, doesn't it? Even from here.
A little bit underneath there.
This is why we stream 3 times a week. Is it because 3 times a week you've got these ideas to do something and you think as long as you're going to be doing it, why not stream it?
Exactly, yes. And that way you've got a record that you can go back and look at and go, so that's what I did. I wondered.
I have to tell Mariah, I didn't get to watch all of yesterday because I had to be in the kitchen, but I was there for at least the first half. And I really need P's notes yesterday. She had me captivated by what she was saying there. Like,
yes, it was fascinating, wasn't it?
I'm a newbie. I'm not an artist. I'm a hobbyist. So anytime I can learn more.
Rubbish.
Okay. But I didn't say idiot or stupid, so.
No, true.
But anytime P is like an excellent teacher.
She is. Absolutely.
And when she said she can, and I know I'm going to quote her badly, but basically she learns what she needs to know when she needs to know it. You can't absorb it all. And it's like, that's me, you know?
Yeah, I definitely agree with her on the bit about shutting down when you have to, you think you've got to do everything intensely.
Yeah.
So, yes, you can get too sort of overwhelmed with it all.
Absolutely. And she never overwhelms me. I'm always eclectic learning. Now, why do you call it eclectic learning, Mariah?
Because you dance about all over the place.
Oh.
Probably.
That's me, because on my work table right here in front of me, I've got a pile of crochet that I'm working on, just random doilies and little things. And off to the side, I've got a hat I'm working on, crochet. And then off to the other side, I've got all the parts from my book project. And that's more than enough right now. 3 projects at one time is more than enough. Because I have to sit and let the paint dry or rest my hand from crocheting or something. So I'm always, moving on to the next thing. But I also thought it was mixed media learning. So.
Yeah, well, you've got to go to the different medias, haven't you? Obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think I would go with that with brass. And perhaps that one as well, because that will look like gold then. That's I nearly put it in the tea.
Almost. I saw your hand. I have to say yesterday's Thursday thoughts were just, I don't know. I kept running in here, and it's like, what did she say? What did she say? And I was supposed to be in the kitchen prepping dinner, and finally I just realized, well, I can't do it all at once. So go do dinner and come back and watch the replay.
Yeah. The way. Well, I'm doing these all different colors. You know, I'm starting with one color, starting with something else. This one I've started with tin and put some of that Aquamarine on. So I'm now got those on. I'm now putting some copper on. So I'm doing them all in the wrong sort of different order. Not wrong, different order. So I shall get a different effect with the same 3 colors.
Oh,
and I might
right.
put a little
Okay.
bit
Okay.
neon green.
I could see let's see, it would be the Joker.
That one, yeah.
So what I'm looking at, and I could be wrong, but what I'm looking at is the spelling is backwards. No.
Yep. That's because you can turn them right around. That kind of backwards. Upside down, otherwise known as backwards.
Yeah, my brain finally got that. Well, I think here's the thing, Martha. When it comes to my mixed media and that, there's so much more I want to do and learn, but I want to do it all. So I want to do it all, but I want to do it over the extent of my lifetime, whatever life I have left. But when it comes to crocheting, I've been doing crocheting for 40. I learned in 1980. So what's that, 42 years? And I've got it.
No, not me.
I can now say I'm an artist with crochet. I mean, I could have said that 10 years ago, I think, because I don't even look at patterns. I can look at pictures and come up with something.
There you go.
I do patterns. You know, I've designed my own patterns, but it's not hard to think about what I'm going to do next or where I'm going to do next. And I don't have to go look it up and go, well, how do I do this? I don't have to Google how to do something.
Yeah.
My brain already knows the stitches and how to figure it out and where I want to go. And I've even created stitches and patterns that I can't write them down. They're just off the top of my head. They're eclectic. But with the art, like what you're doing right now, no, I have to watch you. And
I have no idea what I'm doing. Honestly, I'm just playing. It doesn't matter. I had a vague idea of what colours I want to use, which is the blue, the copper, and the tin. But that's it. I mean, apart from that, no idea.
In my dreams, I'm an exceptional artist. And I don't say that sarcastically. Literally, I can fall asleep and think of something and actually create it in my dream. So it's like I'm daydreaming.
Yeah.
You know, I'm doing it. But when I wake up, my hands will not do it. Yeah. My brain will not connect with my hands to get the outcome that I have in my dreams.
The thing is, when you're dreaming, it doesn't register that you're not getting a clear picture, that there are edges that you can't see.
Exactly.
And when you wake up, you can't see that. You forget what was in that area. You know, you want to do it, but you forget what was in that area because you didn't visualize it completely. Well, I think those 3 are okay. I probably will go over them with some, whatchamacallit? What's the word I'm looking for? Wax.
Wax. And 100% I agree with you. He has such a wealth of knowledge and experience, and every live is a master class. Fran and I have talked about this before. Every time P starts showing and telling, not just doing, but her thoughts and whatever, it's a class. We think of it as a learning experience.
When Mariah says, no, we need to get on and do something now, I think, no, that was interesting. Go back to what you were saying.
Class is in session. Mariah needs to just go play off by herself. No, I'm kidding, Mariah. We need you there.
Watching what she does is good as well, but it just gets so intensely into what she's saying that you don't have to do anything else.
I was listening so close yesterday. It's like, I don't want to cook dinner. You go cook dinner. I'm busy. I'm in class. So
yeah,
it will definitely be a multiple replay one. It was really great yesterday. Really. And she always has such great thoughts.
I like the way she looks at things, and then she develops what she's thinking about of that thing, and is then able to explain it. That's the gift, to be able to explain it.
And I can't do that. I just know it. Yeah. You guys do that so well. Yes, Mariah also asks the questions that reveal it. She does give the nudge now and then, I believe. Yes. So yeah. We'll take, Mariah says you guys want more talking. We'll take whatever we can get, but
we like the playing with the gel plate as well.
Yes.
But it's nice to have the talking and explaining things.
Yeah. And I know that P and Fran, and I'm gonna talk about you, Fran, like you're not here, so shush. P and Fran are a lot alike. Sometimes they get down into the zone, and their mouth is not going to work with their hands and their brain. They're doing their thing. Leave them alone.
Yeah.
And I've done that to Fran, and I'll ask her something or say something, or she'll go, what? Because because I've caught her off guard and she's in the zone. And sometimes you need to let them do that. I love when Fran does that, but sometimes I have to wake her up and make her realize you are on camera and there are people here.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's this just goes back to what I said earlier. I didn't mean to go off on a tangent, but I wanted you to know how much, and I want P to know how much I appreciated her thoughts yesterday, because she had me there. And I was not happy to have to leave the room and go play in the kitchen.
Yeah.
That's a yes, that's a good analogy, Martha. A cook and a chef are very different. The cook follows the recipe. The chef creates his own recipes and presentation of the dish. Yeah. That's very good. Yeah. See, I'm still being a cook in so many ways. In crochet, I'm a chef. And the other thing is I think if I can do it, anybody can do it.
You see where these bubbles were? I don't know whether you can actually see it, but there's a bubble there.
Nope.
And there's one there. And they're showing up now. Can you see that cavity there?
Tilt it down, not at an angle. Oh, yeah. Okay, I can see it. Yeah, that was a bubble.
Where the bubble was, yeah. There are lots of micro bubbles all over the place, like down there. But those ones show up really well. And I don't mind those. I don't actually mind them, because it looks like this has been around for a while and something has got in there and started to eat the wood, if it was wood, or whatever it was, or it's got chipped and damaged as it was being transported somewhere.
Yeah.
So I don't mind that.
Oh, I agree. And Carrie, you can listen to Carrie, and he's a great teacher too. He's not, yeah, he's explaining what he's doing, his thought process.
See, I have to be a bit severe with myself when I'm doing this sort of thing, because if I've got copper on my brush, I'm going, I make the copper is showing up beautifully, and then I look at it, step back, and go, there's too much copper on there.
Too much, yeah.
Yeah, so you have to be a bit more abstemious than you might otherwise want to.
Anne says she thinks of you as the fearless experimenter. Mad Frankie. Same
That
thing.
is so different from how I started, honestly. I started asking questions about polymer clay when I first started to be online. And people would say, well, it's going to take sort of 15 years to get that kind of experience. I'm going, God, they're so off-putting. So, yeah. So I just decided I'm not going to bother with the trying to learn how to do it. I'm just going to do it. And it does free you up a lot. It really does. Because having people say, well, you can't do it that way. Oh, that is so stultifying. It really is. That is cloyingly aggravating. And it can get you anywhere.
Well, it's like anything else. You've got to learn to dance to your own tune.
Yeah. Well, I think I've got most of that edge. And that one. That one.
When you turn it, when you move it around under the light and everything, it's like, wow, look. I don't know if everybody else can see how she's taking a flat black object and
turned it into 3D. Yes, hopefully. That was the idea anyway.
and that one's got a skull face. So yeah, I want to see you use that skull face color.
Yeah, I think I might do that. Yeah, I might. There we are. I think I'm done with that. Oh, and we've got to the hour.
Yep, you're almost up to the hour.
Well, my watch is saying 2 minutes past, but that's good enough, isn't it?
Yeah, but you're over in the UK ahead of us. We're on regular absolute time. My
Okay.
computer is on my, and we're at 57 minutes and 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57.
Does that show it up better or not?
It's, you can see the color, but you lose something in presentation. Probably do better to hold it up closer to the camera and tilt it here and there.
Yeah, probably. Without the silly light.
Yeah, leave it like it is. It's much better that way.
So what I haven't done is these pieces, how they start out. What I want to do next time I do some resin, like after tomorrow when the degassing thing turns up, I want to put a teeny weeny bit of resin into these orifices again.
And I'll tell you, probably the biggest thing, the most appreciative thing I've learned from P and from Fran is to, I Google things less often now. I wonder and say, can it be done? But Fran is over here and P is over there, and they're going, well, why don't you try it and let us know? And it's like, okay, just do it. What have I got to lose other than I'm not getting paid for this, so I'm just having fun. So just go try it. Be a mad Frankie. Be a P. Even P has said the colors that Fran puts together sometimes are mind-boggling, that she makes them work. So it's like, well, just go do it and let us know.
See, that was in there like that. And I put way too much resin. You can see how much, too much resin. Yeah. So that's how much resin I should have put in. So only fill that orifice, not to dome it over. So I want to do it again. Huh?
What are those anyway? Oh, are those the shapes of the?
These are the suits for the cards. These are playing
Okay.
cards. See? They do some more actually. They what was the other one they did that I really liked? I can't look because I haven't got my phone on. But there were other darkness things they do. So I want to have a look at those. So I think we're going to do some gel plating because we need to use up the paint on here and do something more interesting with it.
Okay.
And I can't find my pouring medium. I know I've got some somewhere, but I can't find it. But I do have something else. I've got the GAC 100 acrylic primer and extender. So we can have a go with that. And there was something else. There was a high flow liquid. High flow medium. There we are. So I can have a go with that. Thins and extends acrylic colour. So we can add some of that to some paint, some of the other paints. So I think I'm going to do that. So I'll put these aside to dry. Get them out of the way.
Oh, Mariah, you're doing great. I don't know. Just keep doing what you're doing because I love it. I always have. But I always get really intensely focused when P brings out her notes and she's saying it. She's not just reading her notes off to us. She's into it, what she's teaching us. And I love that. I'm listening.
The table's wedged in under my chair. Hang on a minute.
You're making me dizzy.
Oh, there. That is wet wound there. That's why it suddenly zagged off like that. It was caught on my chair. That's why the view suddenly went completely haywire. I apologise for that. I did not know it would have happened. Right. Let's get a gel plate. Well, we've got the numerous ones, but I want an actual complete plate. Where are my plates? Hello, plates. Where have you gone?
Oh, Martha, that's beautiful.
Here we are. Plates, loads of them. All hiding from me.
Well, I agree, and which is why I'm always grateful for when she brings out her notebook.
So I'm going to do this one. Nice big one. I've got the smaller ones as well, so I can have a go with those. And at the moment, I want to do a big one. I want to have another one down there ready. But we've got one anyway. I wonder what that is. Something dropped. Oh, it's a bit dog biscuit. A bit of dog biscuit. What it was? Right. Yeah, he dropped dog biscuit. Let's put the lid on the water and get rid of that. Because look, this one's trying to join in.
It looks like a, I don't know, spider?
It's an urchin. It's an urchin.
Okay.
It's a very, very small urchin, but it is an urchin. So, can I take this card off here? Oh, we've got a load of stuff on here that didn't come off last time. Ooh, those eyes. Some of it came off on there. Oh, interesting. Got hair on it. The dog joins in with everything.
Exactly, Debsy. It's not that I don't want to learn those other things, but at the moment, and I don't know if it has anything to do with it, but I'm 65 and I'm full up. So
Yeah, don't want to learn everything at once anyway, do you? You only want to learn the things that are relevant to what you want to do.
Because I'm kind of full up, kind of overflowing a little bit, and things are leaking out. So what goes in, something must come out.
So here's the stuff I did before, right? Let me get that one out of the way. And what I want to do is use it up. So, yes, you can definitely put a gel plate on top of another gel plate as long as it's got paint on it. If it hasn't got paint on it, or if the paint is dried, you could lose your gel plate getting stuck down on there. But that's okay. We've got that, and we've got quite a nice, funny little ridge around there. That'll be interesting to get hold of. So I'm going to move my tea as well, because that will give me space to brayer off on this poor little sheet. And what colour are we going to use? Well, we're definitely going to use that one, which was where'd it go? Over here.
This is right. You need to back up the camera a little bit. Yep.
Is that over the plate? Let me see. Yes, that's over the plate, isn't it?
Yeah, there we go. Yep, now we've got it all in there. Hi, Darcy. Welcome, welcome.
Oh, there it is. That's what I was looking for. We used it before. Now, I'm going to add to that because we don't want too little. We want a nice bit. I think I want a bit of copper as well. Can hear my paper fluttering around over there in the breeze from the fan. I don't want to meld it in completely. I want to leave some blue. There we go. Nice. We've got a nice mottling there as well. Good-o. So, let's put some things on. Oh, I've got that thing, I know. And I've got the moons over here. Just grab the moons. Crescents. Something else I was wondering about. I'll do an experiment for. Just thinking. What to cut that. But I was thinking, I've got this that I put the light and fluffy, or no, cream paste into that riveted plates. I think they call it, I can't remember what they call it, but I'm going to see if it will do anything here. It's done something, and we've got some paint on there, so that's good. Now then, something else. I want something else. What else can I use? Get the sheet out ready. I think I can use the effervescence. No, I'm going to use the bubbles. I'm going to use the bubbles. I like the bubbles. No, we're not going to get a great deal here, because I don't think I've got quite enough paint on. Because I didn't put very much in there either, did I? I only wanted that. I ought to cut this round. Otherwise I'm going to get squares all the time.
Yeah.
I thought you'd left me. You went all quiet.
No, I'm hearing an echo.
Are you? Oh.
Just randomly. Okay, Mariah had to put us on fast forward because she got a bit behind, so she had to not fast forward, fast speed, so she could get caught up. Look at that. Wow.
I like that. That's nice. So we'll see what we get from the rest of it. See, we've got those edges. I don't like those hard edges. I've got to get rid of those hard edges. Same with that one.
Well, you know how P avoids that is he uses a smaller plate where that hangs off the edge.
Yeah, that's the other way to do it. But I like to use my stencils on lots of things.
Mm-hmm.
So. Got some big ridges in there because I didn't get it nice and flat. Now I also want to do some stuff with that rice paper because I've got lots of the dang stuff. So I need to have a use for it. That's quite interesting, isn't it? That's quite good. So I've got a more definite one over here, and I've got more ephemeral, ethereal stuff. I like that. That's nice. Anyway, next. Now I've got to turn this fan off. It's blowing my tissue onto itself. That's better. Can't have that happening. I'll dry properly. Now then, more copper. I like copper. I don't know. Before we do that, let's cut this. There we go.
So
now I'm going to cut this.
So would anybody mind if I came on and showed off some of my
lovely.
journals?
Well, you're you can't come on at the moment. You haven't got your camera on.
Well, I haven't got my camera on. There.
There you go.
Well, I thought since you were cutting.
Yep, I think that's a brilliant idea.
This is one. This is what I call my generic one. There's a binding here. These are headbands, just elastic headbands. This is fabric over cardboard, just cardboard, like a Amazon box, you know, that you get stuff in. And these are just scrap papers that I've added for the signatures. Nothing fantastical, but I love creating journals.
Oh, what's it? Go back a bit. Go back a bit.
Go back a bit. Go back a bit. Okay, where?
That page. What's that? No. Forwards. 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 There. What's that? That's lovely.
If you see these are scrapbooking papers. You know, they're already done up.
Yeah.
And this is a piece of a menu sheet at a restaurant we go to.
Lovely.
Envelope, paper bag that I ironed. This is just like a kitchen to-do list, grocery list. And then some colored papers, coffee dyed papers.
I love
This is paper from a Yahtzee game. This is a paper bag that I cut the ends off of and opened up. So there, Yahtzee. coffee dyed paper. So they're just random papers, music paper, invoice paper. That's just one. That's one. This was one of the first ones I made, not the
I
first
love the blue. That blue is lovely.
Yeah, I love that. This is probably the second one I ever made. I love this fabric. So I took a book and I ripped out the guts. My husband has learned not to laugh out loud at me when it comes to this stuff. I get the long sheets of paper in like a package. I've ordered something, and you see me with that long sheet hanging off the ironing board and me ironing. Here's another one. This
Yes,
is like scrapbook paper or whatever. This is fabric. Fall is my favorite time of year. So here's more paper bags that I've ironed for the pages. And my thought was to here's an envelope. This is a book page that I sewed up. This is a tea bag that I drew a bird on, and a piece of a map.
Sweet little bird.
Yep, I sewed all this on, and it's a pocket for my journal. But this one was all paper, packing paper that I ironed out and made signatures.
Super.
From a book that was already done. I just ripped the guts. I'm getting to one that I want to show you guys specifically. This is probably the third one I've done. This is my Christmas book. And this is just like elastic that came out of a candy box or something. This is a snowflake that I crocheted. This is fabric. I sewed it all down to I think a manila envelope. And then this is just a bunch of Christmas stuff. If you remember, I had the little bottle of white, the little bottle with the little nozzles on them with the white paint in it. And I made these ornaments that they're like OTC cards.
Wonderful.
Yep. And then
you have to show us you making those, you know.
I do.
That would be interesting to see, yes.
And then these are very old. I had about 400 or so of these postcards. These are dated from as far back as 1800s from a friend of mine. I got them. That one's 1912. They were actually from one family member to another. They're quite old. And I've saved the majority of them. I donated to Defy, but there were a few that I kept back for myself that I really liked. And these are Christmas themed in my Christmas journal. This one is dated 1908. And it's done by Alfred, her one of her great uncles or something. She told me about. But anyway, those are in my Christmas journal. This is some of the signatures I put in the journal. Again, it's held in by an elastic.
Those dyed papers with the lovely shapes on them.
Coffee dyed.
Yeah.
Actually, this is stationery that I found in some shop, and I coffee dyed it. Coffee dyed or tea dyed. Yep.
That one.
And scrapbook paper. That's scrapbook paper.
One. Next to it. And that one. Those lovely marks. Yes.
I love that. And then this was an elastic headband. So this is how long I've had it. It is worn out. It is stretched out beyond. And then there's just Christmas stuff in here. The signatures, stamps and wrapping paper, doilies, anything Christmassy is all in here. It's quite thick. I'm still adding to it. What was the hot gossip in 1912? War.
Oh.
Most of the postcards dealt with the guys going off to war, the guys in war, or the guys home from war and what they were doing next. And then the random My friend had, I think it was a great aunt or a great great aunt or something like that. She, every year she sent her son a postcard for his birthday, and some of them have stamps on them. If you saw that, so they actually went through the mail. Well, in her case, he lived with her, so she didn't have to mail them. But they're canceled stamps from. This one is a 1-cent stamp from 1914.
Wow.
Wichita, Kansas. This one is December 25th, 1919. Wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, Mother.
Lovely.
And actually, my friend who I bought these from, she and her husband live about 3 hours, about 3 hours west of me. And she and her husband are on a road trip, and their family is from Rosalia, Kansas, and she was just there the other day visiting. So it's not just postcards. I know who they came from, and 1908. What happened is her mom passed away, and her mom had a box of these. Like I said, there was over 400 cards, and she had to deal with her mom's belongings, and I offered to buy them from her. And then I donated almost all of them. But I'm going to make this short. That was Christmas. I have one more. Halloween is coming up, and I'm not a Halloween fan, but I love grunge and creepy and stuff like that. This is a box I made. And I don't know if Fran has seen this.
I love that. No, I haven't seen it.
It's bound with tulle.
Yeah. I've seen it, not in that state though. When you were doing it.
Yeah, it's been a year. It's been a year since I started this. So I made the whole box. It's a cereal box, and then I created the sides and glued it all together. And the skeleton is from the dollar store. There was this garland of skeletons, and I cut them down and broke the pieces off and glued them randomly. The eye is again from the dollar store, and then gessoed and painted and grunged it up. There's a piece of webbing. I can't think of the word, but it's a webbing on there to give it that look. And again here. So it's all grunged up. And then open the box. I need to fill the box this year. Sorry about that, Liz. We'll close that. This is a beautiful fabric that I found.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, at the dollar store. And the same is inside. There's bits of it inside. The only thing I don't like about it is it's got all that sparkly glitter stuff.
Oh, well. Most people like the sparkly glitter. That's why you see it.
Yeah. And I saved from a book cover, an old book cover that I had found at the thrift shop. I cut the book cover because it had some beautiful images that I liked.
Lovely.
Rage of the Fallen. There's a raven. And then more.
Yeah.
And then there was a postcard. Russ and I were on a road trip, and then we had stopped in this one little town, and they had on the counter at a gas station, they had these postcards that were free for an event that was going on in town. So I saved that. And then at the dollar store, you could buy packages of these little notebooks. They're just little notebooks. So I happened to grab a few of different ones to throw in my box.
Lovely.
I don't want to.
Very appropriate.
But it's not done. It's a work in progress because she says Izzy's costume has that web pattern and it glows. Yeah, that's cool. It's not done. I want to put more bits and bobs on here, but it's the main part of the box is done, and then the tool closes it. But Halloween's coming up, and that just put me in mind to dig it out and do some more work on it.
Lovely.
Thank you, Fran.
You're welcome.
And then I have a bunch of little journals that I've made with pockets and that you open and goodies inside. This is from a file folder, manila file folder. Here's another one that's fabric that I stitched, and I threw a bunch of weird pages in there. And then this one's from a file folder. This that I used to close it. Don't laugh at me. This is I like Anne. Everything Anne comes up with, and Porla. This is a bra strap from an old bra. I took the strap off, and it makes a great closure.
Well, I rescued quite a bit of lace from some of my mother's slips and things. She had some nice stuff with nice lace on.
Oh yeah, grunge it up and use it. And then there's this one. These are papers that I put out, but they're from either the Graphics Fairy or some other freebie place, you know. And then I've put them together myself. So this one is like this. And there's supposed to be a string there, but I've lost it. And then there's a pocket there, and there's little tabs. Victorian pictures. There's a little thing there, and then a coffee dyed water paper.
I like little books like that, little notepads.
Waterfall and little tags here. Actually, I'm not sure this was a kit. This might have just been a bunch of papers that I found and put together that just happened to go well together. And I liked it. There's more. There's a lot more, but you're done cutting. You get me started.
Yep, sometimes. Yep, I was enjoying that. I was sitting here having my coffee and my cup of tea and just enjoying myself.
I said I love making journals, and now making the using the gel plate to make Payne papers. These are origami butterflies, by the way.
Lovely.
But now making the jelly print papers, I can do better covers. This is one that's a box that I painted and gessoed and everything just to rough it up and make it look like a leather. And then it's filled with Lord knows what's in there. You know. But that's what I said. I love making little journals and crocheting stuff. Okay, friend, back to you.
You've got an eye there in crochet. Yeah.
It's actually
It's like one of those eyes.
It's supposed to be a leaf. Okay.
It does look like a leaf as well, but it sort of reminded me of the eyes that P&M do.
Well, now you've got me thinking I should do that.
Yes, why not?
It's all your fault. See, one thing leads to another. Okay.
Okay.
You were cutting.
Yes.
You could take it completely off.
I just have to tighten up my camera holder. There we go. Right. You can see that. See how that's, yeah, pretty much. So I've cut this. I don't say it's expert or anything, but I've given it some shape. So, and I've done the same with these two pieces that were two stencils like that. This is Bubbles, and that's the thing.
The thing. Thank you.
Thing. Little thing. I could do with the big thing. Sorry. So I'm going to do some of this.
And I do write in my journals the you didn't see that part. I do have a journal down below that I keep handy. Always have something handy that I write in, and whether it's a random word or or I see a quote I like, or it's something I've cut out and embellished with some words of my own. Fran's Southern accent is a hoot. Yes, it is.
My Southern accent? What do you mean, Southern accent?
I don't know.
What, me trying to be American? Oh, I'm terrible. Or do you mean...
I love it when your other accent comes out.
Which one?
I don't know. You say it's your you get really slangy, you know.
Right.
I
have to tell me what you're doing that.
Thang. You said thang. When you said thang, that's your Southern accent.
Now that's going quite wrong. So I'm going to add a bit more copper in hopes of rescuing it a bit.
Okay. And
probably end up
my hands are up to my face like Home Alone, going, "What? Where is she putting more colors? Those colors? Oh my gosh! What are you doing?" And yet, it always turns out beautiful. Well, not always.
Not always.
Sometimes you don't like it, but we just know that it means it needs a little more work. That's all. It's not done yet.
There we go. That's better. Stop now. Now then, gonna pop that one on there.
There you go. No hard edges.
There. This one on there, just because I want to. And I thought I might use a bit of this one. And why not? Why not? Him.
And a turtle. You've got all that randomness, and then you've got a turtle floating in there. Really cool.
And then
sea urchins.
Little
sea dragons.
Dragon. And that funny camelepardard, whatever it is.
Oh, what? Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah, that thing. So that's enough for now. That's that. Right. Piece of tissue.
Probably like a happy alpaca.
Small bit. Small bit. Big pieces. Have a giant piece of tissue. Ooh, giant piece of tissue. Oh, a bit wonky. Never mind.
Oh yeah, that's the accent I like from you.
What?
The Mad Frankie one.
Piece of tissue. Now we're going to do something interesting. Going to be mad scientists.
You know that new medicine you're taking?
Pardon? Yeah. Good, isn't it?
Good stuff, isn't it?
I did add a bit of gin for flavour.
Oh. Fran.
What?
No, no fair. No, where's mine?
Hang on, some. Here you go. There you are. Passed it over.
Hi, Dina. Welcome. And Lingus. Well, I sound like I've been having some gin. Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
And Borla. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. There's more fun to be had.
No, we ain't finished yet. We're just getting started.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Yippee-ki-yay. Yeah. Hi-ho, Silver. He's a devil to get up this little urchin. Right, now I'm putting this back down again. You're going back down again. Yes, you are. You're going back down.
You've got those giant sheets of tissue back.
Yeah, we got the giant sheets of tissue back. Yeah, sorry about that. Well, I've got bigger plates, you see. And if I cut the smaller plates, they don't fit on the bigger plates. They leave little edges flapping about, which is not so good.
You did, dear. You did hear Jen.
Hit it now. Yeah.
Fran's got a new medication she's taken, and I'm thinking it's doing its job. She's breathing so much better. It's always been, she says she doesn't think it's doing all that much, but I'm going to tell you, Fran, we don't get to hear you laugh often because you always end up coughing.
Uh-huh.
You always tell
Well,
me, don't make me laugh. Don't make me laugh.
But while you were showing your journals, I did take another puff. Just on the safe side.
That explains so much.
It's the gin, you know. It's the gin.
Did you say you took another drink or another puff?
Puff. No, you're not going to see this until a moment or two later when I try not to get it on my arm, which I already have. Oh dear, what a pity. Move this out the way just for a second.
Both, Carla, both.
This is what we got out of that.
Anne says Friday with Gin Fran.
Yeah, it certainly is. Well, that's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. I do like that. I've ended up putting just about enough paint on. There's a quite a bit left, but patchy. So
turn it 90 degrees. There you go. And yeah, because I want to, and a little to your right, so it's out away from that light. Isn't that better? Now I can see the turtle even.
Uh-huh.
You've got some colors. Oh, you know, when I was at the store today, I meant to tell you, when I was at the store today, I was looking for the heavy duty matte gel medium, but didn't find any. But I found this tube of probably, okay, Carrie, see you later. It was an additive. It was an iridescent additive. You could add it to any paint to make it an iridescent paint.
Yeah.
It was interesting. I didn't get it, but
iridescent medium. I've got that.
You do?
Oh yeah.
And
I use it quite a bit. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Maybe I'll go back and get some.
So I cut that, and I managed to cut one of the stencils a bit as well. I didn't mean to. So I put a slice through there.
Paula says that she admits to 3 large gin and tonics. It's 11:40.
I don't have the tonic.
No, not 11:40. 21:40 there, and she's happily in bed. So.
Well, I don't have the tonic because it's got too much sugar in it. And I went to my diabetic review, and she said that I am now classed as in remission.
Really?
Yeah, I am now in remission.
Oh, I think that's you. Well done.
It means that all the things I'm doing wrong are not as wrong as I thought they were. So, and all the things I'm doing right are still the right things to do. So that's something.
Well, I'm still trying to process the fact that what you told me about fruits, that fruits by themselves are less sugar than if you puree them.
Oh yes, it's not that they're less sugar; it's that they've gone through a process, and that process makes them more easily digestible, so that the sugar hits your body fast. But if you eat the fruit non-whizzed up, your body has to do that process of whizzing up the fruit. So that takes energy. So that takes some of the sugar out of your system simply by using that energy. See what I mean?
I'm just saying, Miss Mad Frankie, she's more than just a painter and a resin artist. That's a lot of paint.
Entirely wrong, but that's the way I think of it.
That's a lot. You need to get a piece of tissue paper and do a gentle pull, dear.
Yes.
That's
This is quite
little.
I just went a bit mad with that.
Porla says, pure gin, my kind of gal. Very impressive.
Right. Now I'm going to pop some things on here somehow.
I'm telling you, old. We're doing Friday ginned up Fran more often.
You notice it only happened when I got the gel plate out. When I was doing the other bit, it was much more serious. Oh, well.
Yeah, it was that third hit of the medicine and then the gin again.
Well, I don't know if this is going to work because I cut it off the other one. Let's see what we get. Might get 3 or 4 pulls off this. Be careful.
Mariah's back. She missed all the silliness.
Oh, shame.
Ginned up Fran. Mad Frank.
I'm sure we can do a bit more. Now, I haven't pressed that down very much. I've just patted it because I'm just going to get mess otherwise. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on the top of a box on the floor. You won't be able to see it, I'm afraid, but I'm going to put the stencils on the shapes that they've been removed from, if you see what I mean. Because there's such a lot of colour on the back of the stencil. I'm going to brayer it down there. And I'm sorry I can't see. I'll swing the camera around and see if I can show you. I've got it on the floor, you see. Whoops. I didn't want that.
And now you've gone frozen. Oh, there you go.
It was me. I pressed something.
Yeah.
So you can see it on the floor. So I'm going to brayer over that, and I'm going to put the other pieces on top as well, and see if I get any kind of print of it. And I'll show you when I've done it. All right?
Okay.
Because I can't sort of hold the camera around there.
And it's okay. You're letting paint dry on the gel plate.
I'm going to pull them up as well.
Okay. All right. In the meantime, I was entertained by telling you that Izzy made it through another week. She got a green paw this time, which is...
Well done, Izzy.
Well done, Izzy. And Anne says, yes, give the child some chocolate. I don't know about that.
Right. Can I use this one here? Ooh, it's awfully sticky. Getting underneath my fingernails. Ooh, it is going to stick madly.
And when you come back, you'll have to adjust the camera a bit because we've gone off.
Okay. Well, I'm showing you all the bits that I'm pulling up.
Yep.
Yep.
And then you're putting them down. Yep, I get it. You know, I just had an image of a stencil that's a bunch of little like baby faces.
Really?
Ooh, that would be creepy for a Halloween pull.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Not skull faces, but little like baby faces. I don't know. I don't do Chucky or things like that. Thank you very much. Or Freddy Krueger or all of that. I am too sensitive. I get nightmares.
Right, now I'm going to put this, I'm going to put this shape more accurately on.
There you go.
Like that. Soak up all that extra. You're almost in
there
the
you
right
go.
place. There you go. So I'm getting blue all over me, so it's coming through. And I've got to move that one on the floor because it is going to soak right through there. What am I going to do with it? I'm going to hang it up with a bulldog clip somewhere. Yes, I think I can get it over there. Hang on a moment. I'm going to hang it over here. I'm going to hang it over here. Ooh.
The school mascot is a, oh, I see, is a wolf, hence the paws.
Yeah, I'm just not entirely sure if I am going to hang it there. Can I pincer it to that?
You know, we were talking about, the other day, we were talking about where to put the papers to dry and whatever, and I had mentioned this collapsible clothes drying rack. Well, when I was in the store today, I actually looked at them, and there was the least expensive one was under $20. It's like, so that would work if you had the space to pop it up and use it.
Quite well. There we are. I think that's going to be okay. I've had to sort of improvise a bit where I was putting it, and I've now got a gel printed pattern all over the lid of my box. Like that. You see that?
Yeah.
God, I'm going to have to clean that up.
It's art. You can't wipe away art.
Let's see what happens with this. Been there a while. At least something there. And mostly gloop. Quite a lot of gloop.
You've got 15 minutes to the 2-hour mark, in case you were wondering.
Okay, well, I wasn't really, but yeah.
Okay, well, now you are.
Well, now I know. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
The paint on the floor. Now then. Well, we've got some pattern here. This is quite, not random exactly, but messy. Yes, quite messy. So I think that needs something like a focal point or something on top of it to give it a bit more body. To give it a bit more emphasis.
Are you going to cut it off?
Yeah, I'm just cutting it off now. Cutting along the bottom. So I've got a broad strip for a small gel plate.
Mm-hmm.
It'll work for one of those little ones I've got now.
Well, I remember when we were talking about the little ones, you were asking about like using them as a stamp onto a bigger one. And I wondered if
I did that first time, didn't I?
Yep.
Yeah, just today.
Yep.
You remember I was using those little plates as pallets,
Mm-hmm.
and I stamped onto this big plate when we first started the gel plating.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got some colour there of that. I'm going to have to brayer off some more on there because there's a lot on there.
Yeah, you had a lot of paint on that.
I certainly did. That was a bit mad. Yes, well, that was mad. So I'll have to put that down somewhere. Now then, where's the plate again? See how much we've got left on it. Well, we've got a fair bit, but it's not doing much. I think we abandon those colours and go on to something else. How about some of this plummy stuff? I can't remember what it had in it. I think it's Selly. I think it's got Selly stuff in.
Fran is rampant. She is.
Sorry?
Fran is full of it today. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it does say what the it is.
Right. Plummy? Plummy. Oh, you went mute. I don't know why you went mute, but you went mute.
Sorry. I'm trying to find a implement to hoik some paint out of here. There's one. Not a very big one, but I'll get some paint out.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't think that stuff is working.
Yeah, it doesn't give you very much relief, or it gives you relief, but not for very long. Maybe. Oh, it is plummy, isn't it? Grab your implement.
That was the permanent maroon, I think, with something else. This is bubbles. I would like more bubbles, actually. And I'd like something different in bubbles.
Oh, didn't P have a nice one she used? Was it yesterday or Tuesday? I
What?
just remembered of bubbles
Could well be.
or circles or something.
Oh, sorry, put it wrong way around. Sorry, P.
Yes, going in, not out.
Yep. Right.
Hi.
We'll use this. I'll probably get some of the blue on it. So I've got some lovely selling. Look at that. You can see it through it. Ooh. I'm going to like this one. That's that purple, that plummy one.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to have to a previous stream. I might have find out what on earth it was.
I thought you said permanent red and something else.
No, it wasn't permanent red. Definitely not.
It did sell though, didn't it?
It did. Yes, I've got cells here. Lovely.
I bet. Yeah. Mariah says, "Oh, that is great what you did to the string thing, cousin."
Yeah, well, it gives it more flow, doesn't it? Instead of, if you've got it in a straight square, the same with the bubbles, I feel that it's sort of cramping it. And I might even cut this one into more, so to turn it into 2 long bits.
Yep, it boxes it in and it makes it look like it should be separate from everything else.
Yeah.
Yep, I like the idea of the flow.
Or maybe just cut it again, and this time cut it up into smaller pieces. So I've got one like that, and one with just bits so you can put them all over the place, you know, like bubbles in sea.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, Julie,
That is
here. I know it's late there, so.
I should have left that on. I'm an idiot. And re-register it.
Too late.
I could maybe put it down. I could maybe put it down.
There you go. That might work.
So that's what it looks like. Let me take these pieces off.
I love you.
Hello, Russ. There we are. 2 to go.
Oh, he wants dinner early.
1, 2. There we go. Now, I've got to put it that way. Let's see if we can get it registered. Oh, stop. Don't do that. This is harder than P makes it look. P makes it look so easy. Now then,
He says hello back.
It's not going to work very well. Not very well at all. Oh, well, never mind. I might have to leave that one. It's not going to be brilliant anyway. I don't know why I'm bothering.
Oh my goodness, it's 5:57 a.m. where Julie is, and it's
Wow.
10 p.m. where Porla is. Gin plating. We're calling this gin plating.
Well,
Hey, Porla said it. I'm just reading the chat.
well, we've got something. Might have rescued it a bit, but I wouldn't say it was excellent.
Yay, no work for Julie. Yay.
Heavy plate. I know Pete usually does it with smaller plates, so that's my excuse.
Well, that's all right. Look, that came out nice.
It's the first time I've tried doing that anyway. Well, that's come out all right, isn't it? That's a little off.
Well, even
But
so, it's almost like
much.
a shadow of it, so it's not bad.
Make a 3D block almost. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's the edge of the block. Yes, it's made of resin. That's not too bad.
It's not. Now, I think you're correct. If you had left the box, the corners there, if you had not cut them out, it would have looked like it didn't belong. And now it flows. It's more of a
yeah. It goes
better. Adding the swimming turtle and the sea dragon and the urchin makes it look like it all should be flowing and floating around. Yeah, lots of interest.
It does give a bit, doesn't it? And even the cogs, because they're in cascades, they look like they're falling through the atmosphere.
Yeah,
like a very different snowflake.
when you add to the effect that you've got the selling going on, that's
that gives you a lot more, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Really good.
So it turned out quite nice.
Didn't even get round to trying with the pouring medium, not pouring medium, because I couldn't find that, with the what's it medium?
Mm-hmm.
The GAC and the other one. What's the other one? The other one is it's here. It's high flow medium. That's what it was. High flow medium. I was going to have a try with that. Still time, isn't there? I could do a little bit.
Oh, sure. You're 3 minutes into 2 hours, but hey, I don't care. I've got an hour before I have to go. I've got most of dinner prepped already.
Oh, okay.
So I can stay.
Something under there. There we are. I knew there was something under there. Something ruining my braying off. That's better. Now, we'll get rid of that then for now. Let it dry.
Everything is better as a mask.
Looking at it more closely, I'm more pleased with it. So I think I might do a bit more of that stuff. But I do want to have a go with the high flow medium. So we're going to try another paint that isn't already high flow. Oh, let me get this one out of the way. It's very, very liquid. That one. So high flow medium, and we won't use a high flow because that's the whole point. We've already got some maroony colors on here. There's deep madder, which is awfully close to that, you know. Maybe that was what it was.
Oh, Lisa.
Go your route and use Cadmium Red Deep Hue.
Mm-hmm.
Why not? So I'll put a bit of that on there.
Lisa, your Archipenko drawing, your Archipenko sketch is quite nice. You've probably done better than I could have. Woman combing hair. If no one's seen it yet, head over to my group and see the picture that Lisa posted. Quite nice. I like it. I do like that. Well, now I've got to go do that.
Now this is with Trapper medium.
Hi, Penny.
And I think I want to add some Payne's grey to this, or something on that. Here we are, Payne's grey on that level. I don't want it all bright coloured.
Archipy. I'll just say Archipy. Archipenko. Well, I went to the artstory.org yesterday, and I can't do that when I'm supposed to be doing other things. So I've got it. I had to leave because I was getting too engrossed. I have spent the last few evenings rewatching Sister Wendy YouTube videos. She did I think it was a 10-part or a 12-part series, and listening to her descriptions of the paintings is just really interesting. I'm sucking up the education. Wow, that's
good. That's looking good.
It looks like plasma, Fran.
Does look a bit like that, doesn't it? Yes.
Yeah.
Now, we're still using the same stencils.
On the big screen, Penny? A Fran on fire emoji. Yeah.
Huh? What?
I don't know. Porla says, we need a Fran on fire emoji.
I'm afraid this channel is not big enough to have emojis.
Yeah, we're not quite. Well, you've got 741 subbies.
Ooh.
Well, that's not shameful. That's nice.
It's amazing. All but 3 of these are P&M Studio. That's 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 Maine, also P&M Studio. That's mine, P&M Studio. That's mine, P&M Studio. So it's all PM Studio. P&M Artist Studio. Yes.
Yep. They have exclusive Fran stencils at PM Artist Studio.
Right.
In their shop. They're the only ones. In fact, I'm going to put that link up before I forget. And they don't have just stencils, just so you know. They have.
Oh, yes. You can see some of the papers they've got. Oh, my, I could die for those.
Printable papers. They have
pack. It's just amazing.
Laser printed papers. They have guides, tips, and tools. You'll get some interesting stuff. If you go to the blog, you'll find
free as well. In fact, I didn't know of any of that. Oh,
I've got to put this in the. There you go. There's the shop.
Oh, by the way, if P or M is there, I've had an idea for another stencil. Sorry.
No.
Yeah. Had it at the end of yesterday's stream.
Well, have you been to our sharing site? Because I know I got a notice that I think Mariah put some more stuff in there for you.
Oh, right. Oh, I didn't get a notice.
Oh, it's not been. Hold on.
Our internet has been a bit odd because we're changing over to county broadband and it's not brilliant at the moment. We've had to get extensions and our phone has just been ported. So we're now waiting for it to cut off and then cut in again as the new one. So it's all a bit haywire.
Yeah. Well, it's been, I think it was last week. So.
Right.
It's not been like completely recent. It's just that I haven't taken a moment to tell you about it.
I think this is going to be good. Oh, I'm very hopeful. This is going to be really good, I think. Oh, I do hope so. It's looking marvelous.
Oh, Penny, that's terrible.
What?
Penny said she ordered over $100 from Taperology. Anyway, she didn't get what she was supposed to get, and they won't make it right.
What?
Or
Oh,
give her right, or refund her money if she sent it back. That's just wrong. That's terrible customer service, and
isn't that illegal? If it isn't, it ought to be.
Anyway, Mariah put something in the files. It's been 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if you've been over there in a while, but you need to go look. And
I will.
So do I. I haven't been over there. I just know I got the email on it.
I did go over there about a week ago, I think. I'll have to go and have another look anyway.
Yeah, go. Yeah.
Now then, shall we pull this one and see what happens? I've got a feeling it could be really good. I'll tell you what, I'll cut this off and we'll have a look at the other side. How's about that? I think I'll do that first.
I really love that moon stencil.
It is good, isn't it? It's one of my favourite new ones they've put out. It's something crescent, isn't it? And it is like a huge crescent with lots of more crescents. I'm so anxious to get at this. I'm tearing the paper. Now then, mustn't tear it anymore. Let's turn it over and have a look. Oh, look at that.
Ooh.
It's going to be
pull it. The light is hitting that. Tilt your thing a little bit so that light goes away. Oh, there you go.
I moved the light. Isn't that going to be fabulous? Well, I've got to wait for this one. Got to wait for this one.
I like that color.
Now that's using that deep. Sorry, wrong way up. Cadmium red deep hue. Liquitex Basics. Cadmium red deep hue. And also using, what did I use on top? Hello? What did I use on top?
What did you use? It's been like,
did I use a bit more of this?
Yeah, that was the first layer.
Which I think you could get to with this. This is deep madder Reeves. But any deep one like that Bordeaux red I've got, that would probably work quite well as well. But I added this stuff, high flow medium. And I think that's why we've got this selliness.
Yes, selling, yes.
It's fabulous. It's
Hi,
fabulous.
Diane.
All over that. It's gorgeous. And I've got really nice patterns on these bits as well. It's printing well, I hope. I've got to leave it. I've got to leave it to see if we get one. So I'm not pulling that one now. No. We're going to leave that one. So, in the meantime, let's get a new one out. And let's try it with that Reeves one so we can see whether I'm right. We'll try it with the Reeves one. Oh, let's bring the light back for a moment. Now then, we're going to put some reeds on here. All right. And I'm going to put some of this high flow medium with it. And we'll see what happens with that. And indigo, anthraquinone. This is high flow. Now we won't use that because we won't be able to tell if that medium is working with that. Yeah. So we won't use that. We'll use some Payne's grey over on the other side. And I'm going to do the same thing with the high flow, right? So where's the high flow? So we're testing high flow with this, and we're testing that Reeves one. I got that on Amazon, so it should be available, I should think. Right. So we go with this. It does sort of drag it around a bit, doesn't it? So you've got to mix it in a bit. See when the medium is sort of spreading it out a bit. I want to get it over here. There is some sort of thing going on. Might have rather a lot on there, so let me rub some of it off. There's the, do it with the Payne's grey. So the Payne's grey is a graduate acrylic from Dalarani. Right, now I'm going to see if I can get a meldiness in here.
Serious contrast there.
Yeah, well, that's the point.
Yep.
That's the idea.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'd love to see you pull out the Nautilus, but you probably don't have it handy.
The Nautilus. Well, I might have one in that box, you know, because that's the box that they were in. Let me have a little look. That Nautilus.
There's the group for makers. If anyone needs to join in there.
I have a pre-Nautilus. Oh, there's an original, the one that is in the shop. Here we go. Some Nautiloids from the shop. There we go. Lovely. And yep. Even
aren't they neato colors though, Julie? The two colors together. I mean, they're definitely contrast.
We'll use that big one there, and we'll have a go with him as well, and a little one. There we go. Yeah. And another one of those down there. Right. I don't know if that's big enough. Is it big enough? Yes, it is. Big enough. Good. We're going to use this cut-off piece that I just cut off from the original piece. I do like them this big. I never cut them that big when I was testing them out. That was all Mariah's idea, I believe. Mariah's or Brad's. But I think it's marvellous having them this big, especially for these bigger plates. Works really well for them. Or you could just have it as the sole one on a smaller plate.
Yep. Well, I think making them bigger also gives you an opportunity to get the details bigger. So that they
exactly.
improve.
Yeah. And if you use one on a plate, and even if you do it on one like this and then cut it out afterwards, but you could use it as a focal point on the front of a journal, a sea journal, couldn't you?
Mm.
It would work really well like that.
Oh, that's a good idea. Ooh.
So would the turtle, and the turtles come in big as well. I think this is one of my favorite designs, actually, this Nautilus. And it was such a simple design too. I mean, it worked really well right from the get-go. Normally, well, not normally, but quite often I've got to do a lot of jiggery-pokery and changing my mind and changing the design a bit and making it bigger or smaller or something. But this actually worked quite well right from the get-go. I do believe that P&M enlarged some of the lines, but they might have just done that by making them bigger. I'm really happy with them. They work in really, really well.
You're going to have to leave that one flat, you think?
No, because it's still got the what's on it.
Oh, yeah.
So I want to get the impression, so I've got to take these off.
Right. See the you can definitely see the details.
Yeah.
Nautilus, that big one.
Yes, you can. Now I've got to pull up this side to finish off with this one. And this one. And this one. And then gently back down again. I'm afraid I do sometimes pull it up if it gets a streak where I don't want one, where a fold of the paper is. I do sometimes pull it up and re-put it down. And I don't find that I have too much trouble with that if I do it fast enough. Now let's have a look at the other side and see what we've got. I do like these Perspex plates. And wasn't that originally a P&M idea? I don't think I've ever seen anybody else use it. And it's such a good idea. Look at that. Ooh. Oh, that's going to be lovely.
I love those two colors.
I appear to have another print here, look, from this Nautilus.
The left is Payne's gray. The right is, what is the right again? Where's that tube? The Liquitex. What was it? Liquitex? No. Yes, it was.
Cadmium red. Deep
Cadmium red. I love those colors. Julie, did you get those colors? Payne's gray and cadmium red.
Cadmium red, deep hue. It makes it deep hue, yeah. And this Payne's grey was the Dalarowny one, but I have other Payne's greys and I'm quite happy to use either one. But I did quite a bit of mixing on the plate with it because I had the high flow medium added to it. I mixed that up quite a bit. And then as I was putting the Payne's grey on, some of the red came over on this side as well. And I love that. I think that's gorgeous. Doesn't that give it a very rounded appearance?
Well, that's the light is over it, so we're getting a glare. As far as using the Perspex, I don't think Mariah and them invented it, but she says, let's say we revived the idea, reintroduced it.
It certainly ran with it.
Yeah.
And definitely worth it. Because if I hadn't got these, I wouldn't have anything like as good prints. Because I wouldn't know that it was one that needed to be left. You see?
I like those colors.
Thought of that. Look at this. Look at this over here. That's just from the stencil having accidentally flopped there, and I pushed it down, and there we go. We got another print on there. Lovely. Probably do it with the others as well. Hang on.
Crimson, and Hey, Julie, give it a try. And what I saw Fran do is when she put down both colors, and when she got to the Payne's gray, she just gently worked it over into the red. Not too harsh, not too hard, too much.
Actually, it was the other way around. Sorry to interrupt you, but it was the other way around. I put the red on first,
Yes.
and then worked it over towards the Payne's grey. That's why we've got the red in amongst the Payne's grey. But then I did work it back again over here. So we did get some of the Payne's grey off the brayer onto here as well.
There you go.
So that sort of stopped it being too bright over there. And I think that's excellent.
Try
you know
that.
what this is? This is like looking into the sea, and the light is over here somewhere. We're in a submarine and you only see some of it, and it's fading to darkness over here. There you go.
You take another drink of that, Jen. A tea, tea.
Those prints off the other Nautiluses. Look at that. Isn't that lovely?
They fell off the water onto the
pencil down. Isn't it what P calls flip-offs?
Yep.
Flop-offs? Flop-ups. One of them. Flippy floppies. Oh boy. I think I'm going to have to stop now.
You think?
Because it's getting late and my voice is starting to make a funny sound. And I'm going to need to sit down for a bit. Relax just a bit.
I've had fun.
Yeah. Well, I certainly have had fun. And I've got a couple of promising prints sitting on a gel plate.
Well,
sitting on a gel plate.
Can you reach over and get your resin cards and bring them to the screen?
Certainly can.
Thank you everyone for being here today. If you missed the beginning, the beginning is where Fran talked about these cards that she made out of resin, and then she painted them.
I had them already painted black because I knew I was going to need to put at least a couple of coats on, and I did. I used black gesso.
Pull them to the left. Mad Frankie is covering up too much. There you go. Thank you.
So I used black gesso. I used this heavy gesso from Art Basics, Finnabair. I used that. And I put 2 coats on. And it's so heavy, I had to put a bit of water in the top to make it a bit thinner. But I've got so many bubbles in this that we've got cavities that show up in places on some of them. And actually, I quite like the cavities, but I don't really want the cavities to appear when the cavities feel like it and not when I want it to. I mean, if I want cavities, I want to go in there with a little Dremel and make them. Because I'm not so keen on a cavity on the skull's face there. Didn't notice there was one there before. And I'll have to go over.
Thank you everyone for being here. And if you come back and watch the replay, hey, leave a comment. Fran would love to respond.
Put your camera on.
Or camera on. Okie dokie, my camera's on.
There we go. There we go.
There's my journal cover. Coming along nicely. So thank you everyone for being here. And like I said, go back and watch from the beginning. Fran got a little frisky there. The medicine kicked in and we had a great time all day. It was an extra special impromptu, but oh, what fun.
I'm going to have to go and take another dose.
Yep.
Okie dokie. Bye-bye, everybody. Hope you've had fun. We certainly have.
Bye-bye.
Say goodbye to Freaky Friday for today. Bye-bye.
Oh, we're going to do extra. Oh.
There we go. Bye.